What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cam show. We got the NFL Week 9. Shout out to my Indianapolis Colts. They got a win. They beat the trash New York Jets. So it's nothing to, clap about. It's like, yeah, it's a good win, but in reality, it's like the Jets are complete trash, dude. They had their third-string quarterback. So this was like a guaranteed win for the Colts, I would say. Carson Wentz balled out with 3 touchdowns, but the difference maker was definitely Jonathan Taylor, a future superstar. 172 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. He balled out, ran all over the Jets, and really, I think with Jonathan Taylor, we signed him to a long-term contract. He can become like the next Edgerrin James. I know that might sound ignorant. Edgerrin James is a Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame career. Shout out to the Edge. But, I really do think the talent is there for Jonathan Taylor if he can stay healthy and keep the mind there. And then Michael Pittman Jr., he had 64 yards receiving and a touchdown. So good win, but in reality, it's like, dude, the Jets are trash. They're trash, dude. So it's nothing surprises here. You guys should have definitely bet on the Colts. This would have been a smart bet. Definitely, if you went all in, took everything you owned and sold it and bet on the Colts, that wouldn't have been a bad idea either. We're talking about the Jets here, okay? So good win for the Colts. Then we got the Browns versus the Bengals. Look, the Browns, I don't know what's going on in Cleveland right now, but we do know Odell Beckham is going to be out of Cleveland. I don't know why. I think this is a bad move. I don't know if it was between him and Baker, the relationship there. I don't know. I don't know why they would do this. This is not a good thing. I just think for Odell, it's like him moving forward. I do think, yes, he could sign another good team, but it's just like, I don't know. Was it because him and Baker didn't mesh? Was it because him and Baker really only threw in the ball like once or twice a game this year? So I don't know what was going on. To me, I think what's next for Odell? I do think, Odell, yes, it would be nice to play with Tom Brady in Tampa, 100%, but I think a lot of open teams will open arms to Odell, but I just think for Odell and the Browns, I don't think this is a good thing for the Cleveland at all. I think, if anything, Cleveland took an L. They took an L, dude. The Browns took an L here. There's no way around it to say, yeah, we got rid of OBJ. Yeah, that's a win. No, that's a loss. For Cleveland, you guys just lost here. You guys are 4-4 right now, and you just let your best receiver go? I don't understand this at all. I don't know, was it for cap space or, future drafts? I don't know. But at the end of the day, the Browns took an L. Baker, yes, Baker's had a decent season this year, 6 touchdowns, 3 picks. But I just think overall, I don't understand it. I do not understand it at all. Was it because Odell wanted out of there, him and Baker? I don't know. At the end of the day, Browns are not looking good right now. They're playing the Bengals, and I'll go with the Bengals at 2.5. That line might change. I think Joe Burrow, he is legit. He's the future in Cincinnati. 20 touchdowns, only 9 interceptions, over 2,200 yards passing. So Joe Burrow is balling, dude. He's balling. And then shout out to Joe Mixon, their running back, 572 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. And then Jamar Chase, their star receiver, 7 touchdowns as well. I think Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow are going to have a big game here against Cleveland. Really, Cleveland doesn't have the best secondary either. So I could see them really throwing the ball, running the ball, mixing it up on Cleveland. And whereas Cleveland right now, you guys just let OBJ go. Hey, go ahead, OBJ. We don't need you. Really? You know what I'm saying? I think this is not going to be great for the Cleveland. I don't think it's going to be great for Baker either. But I love the Bengals here. 47 is the over-under. I'd probably go with the over here. Why? Because I think Joe Burrow's going to throw for 3+ touchdowns here. And I expect Joe Mixon to have a couple rushing touchdowns as well. That's not surprising to me. But I love Joe Burrow, the way the Bengals, yes, they took an L. But, at the end of the day, right now, Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, there's something to be happy about in Cincinnati. And you guys are playing Cleveland Browns right now. Trash Cleveland. So, they're probably not going to make the playoffs this year, releasing OBJ. So I love Cincinnati at 2.5 all day here. Then we got the Denver Broncos versus the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys are legit this year. They have a legit defense. They're on a roll right now. 6-game win streak. And the Broncos, they released Von Miller. They traded him to the LA Rams for a couple future draft picks. Do I like this for the Denver Broncos for future? Yes, absolutely. But for short term right now, to win right now, in this very moment, this is a horrible, horrible release here. Yes, I understand Von Miller's been battling injuries the past couple years. I get all that. But at the end of the day, Von Miller, he's a pass rush. He's a threat. And really, for Denver to let him go, this is not a good sign right now. Long term, yes, it could be a smart move. But right now, this is a terrible move. And Teddy Bridgewater, he had a great season this year. 13 touchdowns, 5 picks, almost 2,000 yards passing. But I just think, right now, the Cowboys, the way they're rolling, the way Dak Prescott, he is coming back from that injury. He's got 16 touchdowns, only 4 picks. Zeke's got 5 touchdowns. And I'm telling you what, the Dallas Cowboys do have a legit defense. I love Cowboys all day here. If you think 10 is way too much, I would go money line all day, Dallas. But I think 10 right now, when Dak's back, right now, they're playing nice, they're clicking nice, and Dallas defense is surprisingly good. I mean, to say they're not good would be ignorant, dude. 100%. Shout out to Diggs. I'm telling you what, right now, Dallas is a problem. They are a problem, and they're gonna make the playoffs this year. We do know that. The 6-game win streak, we can't just ignore that. The Dallas Cowboys are legit, and I expect Zeke to have a big game as well. Keep eating, Zeke. Keep eating those mashed potatoes, with the extra gravy, all that shit. But I'm telling you what, I love Dallas. I like Dak. Dallas all day. I'll take the 10 points. Then we got the Texans versus the Miami Dolphins. The battle between trash teams, 1-7 teams. It's really trash. And Miami's favorite 5.5. Well, probably because they're at home and they have Tua. I get that. Tua over 1,000 yards passing, 7 touchdowns, only 5 picks. But to me, overall, Will Fuller, he's out. Old ND guy with the finger for Dolphins. But, Davis Mills, he's got 7 touchdowns, 8 picks. So really on and off. Brandon Cooks had a decent season this year right now. 2 touchdowns, but nothing spectacular. Why? Because he doesn't have a legit quarterback. So I'm going to go Miami Dolphins at 5.5 all day here. I like Tua. I think he's going to have a good game here, and I like Miami. Now, would I be surprised if the Texans win? Yes, because, they're both trash. So, in theory, it's like a coin flip game. It really is. They've won 1 game all year. So, we're getting towards that halfway point right now. So, at the end of the day, these teams will not make it. The Texans, they're done. I hope the best for Deshaun Watson. I don't know what's going to happen. Is he even going to play it down this year? I don't know, but I like Miami all day because of Tua. 46.5 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the under, but I love Miami Dolphins and Tua at 5.5. Then we got Atlanta versus the Saints. The Saints are 6-point favorites. Look, it's really sad news for the New Orleans Saints right now because of Jameis Winston. He is out, dude, with a torn ACL. It's not looking good. They have a guy named Travis that could potentially start, they're thinking, in front of Tyson Hill. I don't understand that. Tyson Hill, you guys drafted him. He's a run-first quarterback, but I still would start Hill. Yes, I get it. He's battled concussions this year, but I would still start him. Why not? He's been in the mix. He's been with New Orleans a little bit longer than this other cat, so I think Hill's definitely going to get some PT in this matter. And then Kamara, he's got 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you, he's going to have to get in the mix as well for the Saints to win this game. But I'm telling you, this is definitely an upset alert game here. Why? Because of Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan, 13 touchdowns, only 6 picks here. But the thing is, Atlanta Falcons, dude, they've given up 28 points a game. 28, dude. 20 freaking 8. We can't make this up. This is crazy. But, the Saints, yes, I just think Winston out. You know what? I'm going to go with the upset alert here. I'm going to go Atlanta Falcons. I think Matt Ryan's going to have a heyday. I think he's going to throw for 3 to 4 touchdown passes. So that's why I'm picking Atlanta here. 41.5 is the over-under. It's a little low here. I'd probably go with the over in this pick. But I like Matt Ryan and what he's doing right now. And just with the backup quarterbacks coming in, I don't know about the Saints. Now, if Tyson Hill does start, I'd probably go with the Saints here. I'd probably switch my pick before the game and go Saints. But if they're starting the other cat, I'm definitely going to go Atlanta Falcons because of Matt Ryan. So I like the upset pick here, Atlanta all day. Then we got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Giants. I almost said LA Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Giants. Look, the Raiders are coming off a bye week, and I think this is good for the Raiders. We understand what's going on with the Raiders, with Gruden, and then we had their player Henry Ruggs get released from the team this past Tuesday. Really a tragic story. Got a DUI, was driving really fast. They topped him out at 156 miles an hour. Then he hit some lady at, I believe it was 127 they clocked him at and killed her. And to me, this is a sad story. I just hope hope the best for the family, the victim's family, and also Henry Ruggs. I just think, man, drinking and driving is something that we need to take serious here. And I've done it before in my life. I've done it like 3 times, knock on wood. I've always got away with it. Will I ever do it again? Absolutely not, because I don't support alcohol. I don't agree with it, but I know people close in my circle who have done it as well, and I'm just saying, look, dude, it's just not worth it. It's not. And the times I did it, it's too much of a risk here. And look at Henry Ruggs right now. All the situations he's going through, I just send prayers both to Henry Ruggs and definitely Henry Ruggs and definitely the victim's family. It's definitely a sad story, but for the Raiders, Derek Carr, he's got 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions this year, over 2,200 yards passing. And then Josh Jacobs, he's got 5 touchdowns. I think the Raiders can get it done here. I understand you guys are traveling, all this. Daniel Jones, he's got 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. But I'm telling you, yes, he's got some rushing touchdowns as well with 2. But I love the Raiders here. Why? Because of Derek Carr. I think he's a leader. I think he can take over games here. So I love the Las Vegas Raiders at 3 all day here against the Giants. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect the Giants here in any way, shape, or form. I just think at the end of the day, the Raiders are a better team because of Derek Carr, their leader. So I expect the Raiders to come out fast and really represent, their teammate that's in really a lot of trouble right now, and definitely send some positive notes to him and that family. So, I got the Raiders all day here. Then we got the Patriots versus the Panthers, both 4-4. The Patriots are 3.5-point favorites. I'd probably go with the Patriots here. I don't understand, man. The Panthers, McCaffrey's out. He might be out all season. I don't know. It's definitely one of them things where it's like, who can we trust? Which doctors, all this stuff. I just want to see McCaffrey back eventually. But Mac Jones, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, almost 2,000 yards passing. Damian Harris, he's got 517 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. I think it's going to be New England here. I do. I just think they're going to put pressure on Sam Darnold and really get him startled, dude. I really do believe that. I mean, Sam Darnold, he's got 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions this year. Throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. So, to me, that's just not adding up right. And it makes sense why they started off great. They did because they had McCaffrey. Yes, because Sam Darnold was playing great. But right now, I just don't see it happening. I don't. I like the Patriots here. Mac Jones, I expect him to have a good game, and I expect Bill Belichick to come up with an executed game plan here against Sam Darnold and the Panthers and get the dub here. I like the Patriots at 3.5. 41 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the over here. I probably will. I think the Patriots will score a lot of touchdowns. Definitely some from the rushing game with Harris. So I like the Patriots all day at 3.5. Then we got the Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Buffalo Bills are 14.5-point favorites. Josh Allen, almost 2,000 yards passing this year, 17 touchdowns, only 3 picks. Josh Allen is legit this year. The Buffalo Bills are legit. I'm going to go Bills all day here at 14.5. Now, if I'm wrong, I won't even be mad. I want to see the Jacksonville Jaguars win. It's just a really disappointing season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Urban Meyer, I really thought, I guess it really was a lot of hype. I thought they were going to be great. Trevor Lawrence, I thought he was going to come out and ball out. He's got 8 touchdowns this year, 9 interceptions. He just wasn't fully ready yet. About 1,700 yards passing, but I don't know what's going on in Jacksonville. I just think Trevor Lawrence, yes, I do think he could be a success in the NFL. Yes, I do, but I just think overall right now he's not ready. I just feel like he might be still in that college mindset. I don't know. But the Buffalo Bills are legit. They've only given up about 15.5 points a game, and they've averaged about 33 points a game. So, we see where Buffalo Bills are at right now. And then Stefon Diggs, he's got 3 touchdowns. I expect Diggs to have a big game, and Josh Allen. And Josh Allen can run as well. I think that's really underrated in his game is his running game. He can run. He can do a lot of different things. So I think the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen definitely are definitely the future of the NFL, no doubt about it. So I like Josh Allen and the Bills at 14.5. 48.5 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the over as well. I expect the Buffalo Bills to put a lot of points here on Jacksonville. They've given up 29 points a game, dude. 29. So Jacksonville is trash at defense. So I love Buffalo all day here. Shout out to Josh Allen. And then we got Minnesota versus the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are 6-point favorites coming into this game. The Ravens are coming off a bye week. I think this is good. I really do. They lost before the bye week game. Lamar, he's got about over 1,900 yards passing, with 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He also has 480 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you what, in his favorite target, Hollywood Brown, he's got 6 touchdowns as well. I think it's all Lamar and the Ravens here. I do. I'm going to go Ravens at 6. I think Kirk Cousins, yes, he's had a good season this year. 14 touchdowns, only 2 picks. Delvin Cook, he's been injured a little bit, but he's got 2 rushing touchdowns. But I love the Ravens here. At home, you're playing Minnesota, put pressure on Kirk Cousins. Make them beat you. And I think Minnesota, I think Lamar can exploit Minnesota's defense and really just go. And that's what Lamar does, is go. So I think it's going to be Lamar's day here. He's going to have a big game, and I love the Ravens all day here at 6. 50 is the over-under. I'd probably go with the under here. I think it's going to be a little bit low scoring, definitely in the first half, but I like the Ravens all day here. Shout out to Lamar. I expect him to have a big game and get the dub over Minnesota. I love the Ravens at 6. Then we got the LA Chargers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I love the LA Chargers in this matchup. They're 1.5-point favorites. Yes, they've lost some close games here and there, but I think Justin Herbert is due for another big game. He's got 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions this year, 1,994 yards passing. In his favorite target, Mike Williams, he's got 517 yards receiving and 6 touchdowns. Look, I'm telling you what, dude, the Chargers are no joke. We can't just say, oh, they're trash and this and that. No, dude, I'm telling you, Justin Herbert could definitely be a successful quarterback in the NFL long term if he stays healthy and continues to play great just like he's been playing right now. I'm telling you what, Jalen Hurts, 1,819 yards passing and 10 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He also has 73 carries on 432 yards rushing and 5 rushing touchdowns. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a big game, but I just think the LA Chargers right now are just too much. I think Justin Herbert is going to exploit the Philadelphia Eagles secondary, and that's what's going to happen. So I like that, and I expect Mike Williams to have a big game, a Clemson grad. We saw he win a national championship with Clemson, so I like the LA Chargers here. Yes, the LA Chargers are giving up 25 points a game, but the Eagles are giving up 24 points a game. So this is almost like a coin flip game. Which quarterback's going to play better? I think if Jalen Hurts plays a mistake-free game, yes, Philly's going to win. But I just think LA Chargers with Justin Herbert, the way they've been playing this season overall, I like the LA Chargers here all day here over the Eagles. And then we got the Green Bay Packers versus Kansas City Chiefs. Look, Green Bay Packers, really some sad news. Obviously, with Aaron Rodgers being out, this sucks, right, dude? This is definitely sad news. Dealing with COVID. I hate COVID. It's got to end eventually, but hey, they drafted a first-round pick, and this is what they drafted him for, right? Jordan Love. I mean, is he going to be the future of Green Bay? Well, we're going to find out this game against Kansas City at Kansas City. Now, the positive side is with Jordan Love, you're playing Kansas City, whose defense is really trash, giving up about 28 points a game, dude. So, if you're Jordan Love, you're over here doing jumping jacks saying, yeah, dude, I'm playing against Kansas City's defense. They are trash. Their secondary's trash. Devontae Adams is coming back from being on that COVID list. He's got 3 touchdowns this year. I just think it's going to be hard for Green Bay to win, without one of the GOATs, Aaron Rodgers. Straight up, dude, I really do. So I'm going to go Kansas City at 7.5. I would definitely be surprised if Green Bay pulls out the victory here. I really would, but I got to go Kansas City at home. I think this is a big game for Kansas City here. Mahomes, this is definitely a time to really shine right here and say, we're playing Green Bay without Aaron Rodgers. This is the best time to really get him right now. So I love this, dude. And then Mahomes, he's got 19 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, over 2,300 yards passing. And then Tyreek Hill, he's got 6 touchdowns, over 700 yards receiving. I just think Tyreek Hill and Mahomes to have a big game here. I really do against Green Bay. And Green Bay doesn't have the best defense either. They've given up 21 points a game. I just think right now for Kansas City, this is a must-win game for you guys. You guys are playing Green Bay without Rodgers, so you guys got to attack, and I think Mahomes is going to have a huge game. So if you got Mahomes on your fantasy, definitely start him this weekend because he's going to have a breakout game. I think four touchdowns at least. So I like that all day. So I love Kansas City at 7.5. Then we got Arizona versus the 49ers. Look, Arizona, yes, they lost to Green Bay last week. We saw that. It surprises me with the line right here. 49ers are 2-point favorites here. I just never thought that would happen. Yes, Jimmy G, he's had a decent year. He's been injured here and there, but he's got 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. I just think, yes, they're averaging 24 points a game, also giving up about 24.5 points a game. So there is some weaknesses dealing with San Francisco's defense, and I think Kyler Murray, he's had a great season this year and still continue to be great, almost coming up halfway through the season. He's got 2,276 yards passing with 17 touchdowns, only 7 interceptions. So I think it's going to be a big game for Kyler Murray. And then we got DeAndre Hopkins with 7 touchdowns. But, you know, the downside of Arizona right now is they got A.J. Green. He's out with COVID. Obviously, J.J. Watt's out for a couple months. I just think, you know, a lot of things that are happening. Even DeAndre Hopkins, he's questionable with the hammy. So I just think right now for Arizona, this would be the time for San Francisco to capitalize on Arizona. But I'm still going Arizona because of Kyler Murray. The way he's played this year, he's put up about 31 points a game. 31, dude, I'm telling you. All Arizona over San Francisco. 45 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the over here, but I love Arizona. I can't believe they're underdogs. I get it. A lot of people are injured right now, but I just like Kyler Murray, and if Hopkins does playing, I'm telling you, go Arizona here. I like this pick. Go Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. Then we got the Titans versus the Rams. The Rams are 7-point favorites here, and it makes sense. The Titans, really some sad news. Derrick Henry is out. He is out for 6 to 10 weeks here, dealing with a foot injury. Really sad news, right? I just think Derrick Henry, don't rush it. Do not rush it. He's the best running back in the league. He will be back before the playoffs if the Tennessee Titans will make the playoffs, which I do think so. I do think the Tennessee Titans will make it, no doubt about it. I just think Tannehill over 2,000 yards passing with 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and then A.J. Brown, he's got 509 yards receiving and 3 touchdowns. I think they're going to have a big game, but I just think with Derrick Henry being out, and then Adrian Peterson said he would fill in for Derrick Henry, that would be great for Tennessee. I'd love to see Adrian Peterson, the Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, no doubt about it, but I just think it's going to be all Rams here at 7. I got to go Rams. Matt Stafford, 2,477 yards passing with 22 touchdowns, only 4 picks. I mean, we could say Matthew Stafford's leading MVP right now. No doubt about it. Cooper Kupp, he's got 924 yards receiving and 10 touchdowns, dude. Killing it, dude. Shout out to Cooper Kupp. I think he's going to have another big game here. I think Stafford's going to pass for 3 to 4 touchdowns. And then Darrell Henderson Jr., he's got 507 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. I like Rams here. I like the Rams in this matchup. I just think, you know, with the Tennessee Titans, without Derrick Henry, this is sad, dude. I mean, we're talking about the best running back in the league, dude. Running back that can really do it all. Can run, can juke, can run over people, can break tackles, can catch and block. So I just think Derrick Henry's absence right now is going to hurt Tennessee, definitely with the matchup with the LA Rams. So I like the LA Rams. 53 is the over-under. I'll probably go with the over here because the Rams and Matthew Stafford, the way Stafford's been playing this year, the way they've been balling, I love this pick, so I'm going with the Rams all day. Then we got the Monday Night Football game, the Bears versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh 6.5-point favorites. This is the time for Justin Fields to really come out of his shell here in Chicago. You're on Monday Night Football. You're on the biggest stage against the Pittsburgh Steelers. So I think for Justin Fields, he needs to have a big game here. He's got 3 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, you know, and only averaging 15 points a game, dude. 15's really not cutting it that much, dude. Big Ben, he's got 8 touchdowns and 4 interceptions, 1,781 yards passing. Yeah, receiving, that'd be crazy. Big Ben, dude, he's old, dude. This is last year in the league. He runs like an old dude. So, you know, it's okay, but to me, it's like Big Ben, this is it for him. And he understands that. His body understands that. I think it's the end for Big Ben. Najee Harris, he's got 479 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. 39 is the over-under, which is low to me, which is really low. They're saying this is going to be a low-scoring game, but I'd probably go with the over here because it's so low, the 39. That's kind of a tricky bet, but I like Pittsburgh at 6.5 here. Why? Because of Big Ben, Monday Night Football, and the way Chicago's been playing, and their defense isn't too great. They've given up 24 points a game. That's right there is telling me, look, I got to go Pittsburgh at home. Mike Tomlin, he knows what he's doing. So I love this matchup here. So I cannot wait But it's the NFL Week 9, really some big games. But I will say the lock pick of the week is definitely the Cowboys over the Broncos. I just like the way the Cowboys are playing and Dak Prescott, the way they control games. And obviously one of my upsets is definitely, I know this sounds crazy, but, a big upset pick here, I would say really is Atlanta over the Saints. That's one of my upsets alert picks, but I love that pick, and I also love the Bills. So, but it's any given Sunday. This is the NFL. Anything can happen, but I love the Bengals over the Browns. It's the NFL, baby. It's the Cloud with Cam show. Let's go!